Slacky. This is the Tavistock Institution or Institute of Human Relations, shaping the moral, spiritual, cultural, political, and economic decline of the United States. And propaganda is all propaganda. That's what propaganda is. Propaganda shapes your morals, your so-called spirituality. The government gives you what to think, how to act, and what to receive, what information they want you to put in your subconscious, and in turn it has you acting out what you been seeing you know on TV or in the movie, rather than rationalizing and using common sense, the senses that the Lord gave. That's why only the elect can make it, because the elect was given the senses. But it doesn't allow you to react as a regular human being. It allows you to act like what it says up in Peter, a brute beast, man. But okay, this is on page 85. It says the International Conference on Population and Development, right? Population Development, ICPD, a program of action presented at the conference called for massive propaganda effort utilizing the mass media, non-governmental organizations, commercial entertainment, and academic institutions, think tanks and shit, man, in an effort to persuade people in developing countries to change their preferences, so to change their minds and change what they actually like. That's democracy. America pushing democracy on the nations, man. And democracy ain't nothing but uh wickedness. It says I'm gonna jump down. It says the next title is Enter Educate Using Entertainment as Propaganda. The young audience is likely to be more vulnerable to messages presented in the context of entertainment, right? That's why Father is Satan, great dignity. That's why everybody always fucking playing games and laughing and shit. Then to other communications that might tend to raise questions about the legitimacy of foreign ideas, right? So they use entertainment, man, to keep people asleep, man. All right, this is on page 89. It says Wilson forces the U.S. into World War One because they used it in World War One, thanks to propaganda. It says the massive modern propaganda techniques which have become a familiar part of particularly the American and British government began with World War One, 1914 to 1918. From the beginning of the war, both Germany and British propagandists worked hard to win sympathy and support of the United States. I'm going to jump down. It says, once engaged in the war, Woodrow Wilson organized the Committee on Public Information, an official propaganda agency, to mobilize American public opinion, right? This committee proved highly successful, particularly in the sale of Liberty bonds, and no wonder. Its program was written for the White House by Tavistock and was largely directed from London. Hold on, Slacker. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. But I got another article because the Lord said truth shall spring from the earth, man. This other article is undercover of Christmas. Obama established controversial anti-propaganda agency. It says in the final hours before the Christmas holiday weekend, U.S. President Barack Obama on Friday quietly signed the 2017 National Defense Authorization Act into law and buried within the $619 billion military budget is a controversial provision that establishes a national anti-propaganda center that critics warn could be dangerous for press freedoms. The Countering Disinformation and Propaganda Act, introduced by Republican Senator Rob Portman of Ohio, establishes the Global Engagement Center under the State Department, which coordinates efforts to recognize, understand, expose, and counter foreign state and non-state propaganda, right? So they're trying to counter us, and disinformation efforts aimed to undermine United States national security interests, right? And America's national security interest is basically to bring in this new world order, and we are countering that with the truth by exposing it And because it's supposed to be in a secret. That's why the Lord said, I'm gonna consume them with the breath of my mouth. So the Lord's consuming all they lies and stuff with the truth. It says further, the law authorizes grants to non-governmental agencies to help collect and store examples in print, online, and social media disinformation, misinformation, and propaganda directed at U.S. and its allies, as well as counter efforts by foreign entities to use disinformation, misinformation, and propaganda to influence the policies and social and political stability of the United States and allied nations. The head of the center will be appointed by the president, which likely means the first director will be chosen by President-elect Donald Trump. Right, so all they doing is trying to counter and get ready for the new world order, man. I'm gonna bring out this first scripture. This is Job. Slack Chapter 13, verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. Right, Esau is a forger of lies, man. Esau basically been using propaganda in a sense because they basically was able to hide the truth by means of lies, man. And by means of legislations that they promoted, man. It says, okay, that's it for that. And this is because the Lord judging Esau for that. So no matter how much propaganda they push out, the Lord is actually in control of everything. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Nope. Hold on, Slakia. Yeah, it says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, and a man and his heritage. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove their necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. Right, so ultimately the judgment for these white people is America going to be destroyed, Israel going to be destroyed. A lot of them nations going to get hit by thermonuclear missiles for their propaganda efforts. And we're going to put them in slavery. These Edomites going to slavery for 1,000 years. The nations are going into slavery, and then they're going to be put back in their lands, and they're going to become tributaries unto us. So, that's the end of the lesson. Shalom.